Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to episode 27 of Nariyama's Let's Play Minecraft version 1.12 featuring Direwolf 20's mod pack. So, in the last episode, we sort of finished our move from the overworld base to here by moving a power gen solution into the compact machines. And I kind of showed some other stuff that we did. I actually didn't move anything else between episodes over here because I want to sort of point out the problem that we're starting to run into. Let's go ahead and come up here. So first of all, we've got almost another full tank here. So we're going to have to put something here to help with the experience storage. But once again, we're filling up on mob storage. We're filling up on ores that we're getting. We're really just filling up. So between episodes, I actually went and upgraded our 4K storage disks to 16K storage disks, which effectively doubled our storage because we had 8 4Ks, so 32K total. Now we have a total of 64K, but we're still filling it up pretty quickly. And so today's episode is really going to be all about how do we set up a good long-term storage solution. And it's going to use a combination of refined storage and storage drawers. Now, refined storage is great for storing items. As you can see, it organizes all our stuff. We can, sort it by, like alphabetically. We could sort it by quantity. We could sort it, we can have it linked to JEI so that when we put search terms in here, it pulls it up in JEI as well. I mean, there's all kinds of really great things about refined storage that I love. But one of the things that you're going to find is that certain resources you're going to just have a ridiculous amount of, right? So things like cobblestone, in this case, spruce wood, right? So we've got, 130K spruce wood. By the way, I turned my my tree farm off again because we have filled up our ender chest. We've filled up our storage drawer. So I mean, we've got this ridiculous amount here. Now, you might say, well, okay, you don't need that much. Well, actually, we're going through it pretty quickly. So I'll point it out when we get to the end of the episode. But I suspect we'll use about 4,000 wood roughly over the course of the half an hour of the episode. So we go through it pretty quickly. So having the good high surge volume there is desirable. What we wouldn't want to do is try and store 131K worth of wood in here because we wouldn't have the room. We'd run out after, 42K there? So instead, we're going to store resources like this in storage drawers. And we're going to hook the network up so that it uses the storage drawers. Now, I made this other item called a disk manipulator, and I'll show you how it works at the end of the episode here because we've got a whole lot of items in here that we're not going to want in here. For example, we have almost 2,000 spruce wood in here. Really, this should be over here. And we'll do that at the end of the episode, like I said. So let's take a look at what we're going to need, right? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up the storage drawers. And to do that, we're going to want compacting drawers. We're going to want a drawer controller, kind of like what we have here. This whole thing we're going to move into the area. So I made a little like side tower here. I made the passage out of glass with some marble bricks. I threw a glowstone block up in the ceiling there. Here's the actual room. And what we'll do is we'll put storage drawers on the walls here. So those will be kind of like our wall sheathing, if you want to think of it like we've been doing with the other whatchamacallits. And then we'll put some of the refined storage machinery that we need to connect all this up underneath the floor. So this is actually this again has a subfloor, and believe it or not, there's even more beneath here if we wanted to use some more space there. But this should work. So let's go ahead and morph back, and we'll put that chisel marble back. Okay, so this will be our little storage drawer room. So let's get started here. The first thing we're going to need is that storage drawer controller. Where did you go? Oh yeah, over here. drawer controller. Okay. To do that, we're going to need some redstone comparators. Those are pretty easy. And then just, oops, we need a drawer. Oh, we don't have one. Interesting. Okay. Let's make a basic drawer. I did, by the way, make a whole lot of chests before we started, so I think there's like 400 chests in there because we're going to need a lot. So let's go ahead and make our drawer controller. Throw that in there. There we go. And this is the first piece out of the things that we're gonna need. Now, I usually put the drawer controller underneath the rest of the stuff. That way, you don't really need to see the drawer controller. Now, what's nice, let's say I had a bunch of stuff in my inventory that I just wanted to stick in here. If you double right click on the drawer controller, it will take any items that are in its storage drawer network and put them in there. So that's one argument for making the drawer controller visible. I don't think we're going to need to do that pretty quickly here. We're going to set up a sort of universal collector for the refined storage system, and that will be how we get stuff out of our inventory and into the refined storage system when we're not here staring at it. So we've got a drawer controller. Now we just need to make the drawers. So there's two different types of drawers that I'm gonna put in here. First are gonna be normal storage drawers. So those are gonna be like the ones that we saw out there, and they'll hold a single resource apiece. The other kind of drawer that we're gonna make here is a compacting drawer. Compacting drawers work just like regular drawers. You can even put stuff that can't be compacted in them. But what's nice is if you put something that can be compacted, for example, if you put iron ingots in them, you can withdraw items from them either in their compacted form or their regular form. So for example, in a well, why don't I just make one really quick and sort of show this. Sitting here talking about it, just like, hey, why don't you make one? That'll work. Oh, we need some more drawers. So let's just make a bunch of these. Sure. Wow, couldn't make all that many. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing spruce wood. Because that makes sense. There we go. All right. Now let's make more of these. There we go. Stick these in here and drawer controllers. No, not drawer controllers. Compacting drawers. There we go. Okay. Stick that there, and let's make one. And let's grab some iron ingots. I cooked up a bunch of iron here. Let's show what this does. So if we stick the compacting drawer, I'm actually not going to connect it there because I think we're going to want more compacting drawers than we want regular drawers, but we'll see. So if we stick the compacting drawer there, and I'm going to stick a stack of iron in it. Notice, if I look at the tooltip up above, it says I've got 7 blocks, 64 ingots, or 576 nuggets. So I could withdraw a stack of nuggets if I wanted to. Now I have less iron in there. I can put it back in. I could withdraw the 7 blocks of iron. So you can interact with it in either of those ways. What's really cool is when we connect this to the refined storage system, it will show up as all 3 types. So you'll see just a bajillion nuggets in there. And what we might do is actually filter it so that it doesn't show that, simply because otherwise it just becomes a huge pain. You're just going to see nothing but nuggets up here at the top. But yeah, so all of the different types of ingots that can be combined into blocks or taken as nuggets, we're going to do in compacting drawers like this. That way, when the refined storage system needs either a block, an ingot, or a nugget, it can take it out in any of those ways without having to know how to craft that item. So in other words, we could either teach it how to craft a nugget, 9 nuggets from 1 ingot, or we could put the ingots in a compacting drawer and then it can just extract them as nuggets. And that way is better, in my opinion. So let's make some compacting drawers. We are going to make, oh heck, we'll just make the full stack. I don't think we're going to use a stack. I think we're going to use 60. But let's go ahead. Whoa, hey. Let's stick these in here. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want to let these get any old item just as soon as the system receives one. So what we're going to do is we're going to lock the drawers. Locking the drawers just makes it so that it can't automatically accept an item. You have to tell it what item it's going to accept. And when the drawer is locked with that item, even if you remove the last one, it will still only accept that item in that drawer. So there we go. We'll put the rest of these away. I don't need that one anymore. Okay. And then let's just get the rest of the drawers made. What did we need still? I think we needed spruce still. So let's do that. We need a total of 30, I think, so... Oops. Now, the really easy way to lock all of this is just to lock the controller. So we'll stick this up here. I'm actually going to light the ceiling here a little bit, just so that we see the stuff at the top a little better. All right, let's go over here. Let's make a drawer key. So that's this thing. I think we have all those, so there we go, drawer key. All right. There used to be multiple different types of drawer keys, but since the tooltip has become better, right, we don't need that anymore because it shows you the amount in the tooltip. You don't have to see it on the drawer itself. All right, so if we lock this, we should see a lock symbol. Wait a minute, we don't see lock symbols over here. So the reason for that is these aren't connected, right? So I've got my drawers that are connected to this controller, but I don't have a controller connected to these. Now, we could have 3 different controllers, but that seems oddly bad to me. So instead what we can do is we can create what's called trim. So I have it up here. Let's grab those. We need some spruce trim. All right, let's make 16 of this. Now, we probably don't need 16, but what we do need to do is we need to go in the little subfloor here. We'll turn ourselves into a bat. And we need to connect this drawer, or one of these drawers, to one of these drawers. Now I could use the corner piece there, but the problem is that would be visible from the outside, and I don't want to do that. So instead, let's do this, and there. As long as they are connected somehow, it should work. So let's go back up to normal thing. Let's unlock this. Or sorry, if we lock it again, it'll lock everything unless everything is locked. There we go. Perfect. So now all the drawers are locked, and we can start telling it what we want to go in the drawers. So the first and most obvious are the ingots. Here we go. We've got basic ingots, so I want some copper. Why don't I go ahead and do all of these, and I will be back after I am done. All right, we're back. I've gone through all the ingots. I sort of organized them with stuff that seemed logical. So like lumium is next to enderium, cobalt and ardite and manulin are all next to each other, etc., etc., etc. There's going to be more stuff that we're going to need to put in here, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, let's head back. And the next thing we're going to do are gems. Gems can also, generally speaking, be compacted. So things like coal, charcoal, redstone, all that stuff can all be compacted. So let's do that. I will be back in just a minute. All right, we're back. I think I've gotten most of the basic gems here. So coal, charcoal, redstone, diamond, emerald, lapis, quartz, Certus quartz, clay, amber, glowstone, and apatite. There may be a few that I've forgotten, and there's actually a couple that I've deliberately left off, mostly because we haven't really gone into some of the mods that use them yet, so I don't want to kind of get into that quite yet. But I think that's a good start. So now what we need to do is we need to connect the storage drawer controller to the refined storage system. So I'm not sure I'm going to leave the refined storage controller here, but it's not a bad spot for it, at least for the moment. So we're going to go ahead and assume that I am going to leave it there. What we need is a network transmitter and a network receiver. So the first thing we're going to set up is the network receiver. So we're going to come over here. We're going to see what I have here. I just have the I have the ender pearls. Yay. So we're probably going to need at least 2 of these. Network receiver, we're going to want a construction core, which we need a bunch of those iron things. So refined. Let's go ahead, oops, and make up a bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, what did we lose? Oh, we no longer have any iron. Yeah, we do. We just don't have it there. All right, so let's put some iron in here. Let's make 8 of these. Oops. I do this every time. Okay. There we go. And then I think we need 8 of the diamond ones as well. I actually don't think we need specifically 8, but I think 8 will be good for the moment at least. Alright. So we put these in there, we put the other things in there. Network receiver. Oh, hey. Because I forgot that I needed to change those to the core version. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Let's make a receiver and a transmitter. Alright. So now we come over here. We go into our bat form, and we're going to stick the receiver right there. Okay. Now, I think we simply... Nope. I think it's the other way around. Okay. So let's go ahead and stick the transmitter right here underneath the thing here. There we go. And now I think we... Nope. We right-click on this. Oh, I'm missing a network card. Okay. I need a network card. Where's a network card? Network card. There we go. Requires an advanced processor and some other stuff. That's easy enough. Network card. Boom. Okay. So stick that in there. Dimension 0. That's great. Now, do we right-click on it? I think we do. I think that worked. Let's see. No. Okay. I know you click one on one of them and the other on the other, so... Do I just shift right-click? Okay. Maybe? Oh, I remember what I need to do. I have to click the card on the receiver. That's what it is. Alright. Come over here. Click that, or shift right, click that. There we go. Okay. Now it should work, if I remember correctly. Yes! Perfect. So now you should be all lit up. Yep, there we go. Okay. So this lets us connect 2 different networks together, right? Now, notice we were before using 12 RF a tick. Now we're using roughly 30 RF a tick. Not bad, but you know we are ratcheting up our use of power. So the last thing we need is a external storage. So this is going to need a bunch of stuff. Oh, let's get out of what you call it, morph. All right, what do we have here? We need the cable, which we can make a bunch of that. And then we need the improved processor, which needs these. Let's just make 8 of them. That seems like a good solid number to make at a time. So pretty quickly here, we're going to set up auto crafting, which will do all of this for us whenever we need something like this. Like let's say we need an external storage thing, it'll figure it out for us. All right. Now, I want to show how this works. So let's pick one of our resources here. We're going to pick redstone. So notice I've gone down to about, 658 redstone. So if I stick this redstone in my drawer controller, it should put it in here, like, it did. Very nice. Now we're going to stick the external storage on the network thing there. But before we do that, notice the drawer had 700 in it, and the network says it has 658 still. All right. If we stick an external storage on here, what it should do, now we're going to configure this a little bit. First of all, we're going to set the priority higher. So we're going to say +10. What that's going to do is it's going to basically say put stuff in the drawers before you put it in here. So we're going to set this one's priority should be 0. Okay, good. All right, now if we look at this, once again, we have 1.3K of redstone. So it's basically taken the redstone and put it in here, right? Now that's great. The having that available is awesome. But the question still becomes, what happens when we take stuff out? So does it take stuff out of the system or does it take stuff out of the drawers? Let's see. 705. Open this up. You know what? I'm going to put my boots on because zipping around here can be a little intense. Where's my boots? Thought I put them in here. Did I not? There they are. No, that's not the right one, but that's okay. We'll use those anyway. All right. So I took out a stack, and it did not come out of there. So it came out of the system ones first. So what that priority is basically doing is it's preferring to keep things in the drawer. All right. So I put that stack back in. We should see it go in here, and we should see 769 redstone. Oh, it didn't put it back in there. That's a little odd. All right, well, I thought it would go back in there. Okay, so what else can we do with this? Well, we're going to want to move all of our mob drops over there. But what's interesting is, we're in this weird situation where we have some stuff over here, we have some stuff in there, we have some stuff here. So really we'd like to just consolidate everything over here. Now, you might ask, well, Nari, how are you going to get all of this wood to go into there if this is going, if you need to connect it to this ender chest? Then the answer is we're not going to connect it to the ender chest. We're going to connect the ender chest to the refined storage system using some other stuff. So there's a couple of different things. I don't know if you saw it there, but there's the external storage. Then there's also an exporter and an importer. This is what we're going to use to get stuff in to the system from other sources. So things like this, we're going to connect with an importer. And I'm thinking something over here could be used for that. That makes sense to stick those over here. And we'll do the same for the mob drops, and we'll do the same for the ores. Now, ores do present kind of a special problem because we are going to want to process the ores immediately. By the way, I've only gotten 3 more rhodium crystals. I'm really not happy about that. But, such is life. So we're going to have to figure out something with this, because as soon as we upgrade our environmental tech void ore miner, we're going to start getting just a stupid amount of ores. And we don't want to clog the system up, if the if we're processing stuff and we want to, the process stuff to go back into the system, all that kind of good stuff. So I think a pretty, one of the episodes coming up is going to be ore processing and what we do for that. We'll probably use another compact machine for it. So, but going back to the original question, how do we use this to the fullest extent, right? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and shut off the mob spawners and the ore miner for the moment. Let me go do that really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back really quickly. I just wanted to show how to turn this off. Basically, stick a lever on it and turn it off. And it will now basically not be producing ores. So I'll be back when we're ready to start the next part. All right, we're back. There is one problem that I didn't think about when I was thinking about how I wanted to set this up, which is this requires wood. And right now, the way we have it coming in the upper part here, we would need to change this. So I'm actually going to go ahead and really quickly do that. But I'm also going to give it a temporary supply of wood. So let's just grab like a bunch of wood here and a chest. And grab my personal shrinking device. Where'd you go? I know you're in here. Maybe not. Maybe you're in here. I know one of them's in here. Nope, I put both of them in here. Okay. All right, let's go into the and all of the zombie pigmen are here again. Guys, really, making me kill you is just, really just a pain. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our chest. We're going to throw that here. Actually, let's throw that here. Except, let's grab our crescent hammer and fill this up. There we go. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to change the side that this comes in on. So I'm going to change it to down, which means I'm probably going to have to pick it up. Okay, you're down. Perfect. All right, let's see if I can... I'm just going to have to pick it up. There we go. Okay, so you're on down. And what that's going to do is that's going to let me go in from the downside of the block up above, or on the outside of this. I do not have a servo, so let's go grab a servo real quick. Servo, okay. Sure, we'll grab that one. Then we're going to turn it into Signalum, because we have a Signalum ingot. So there we go. I could do resonant as well, but I'm not terribly worried about it. Let's stick the servo in there. Turn you on. And now we're going to get wood out and back into here. And we have basically a temporary supply of wood while we fix the other one. All right. Let's head out and let's fix this. So instead of coming in from above now, what we're going to do is we're going to come in from below. And we're going to use... Oops. We're going to use an exporter. So I talked a little bit about the fact that there's importers and exporters. Importers are how we're going to get stuff into the system. Exporters are how we're going to get stuff out into things that we want to get them into. So there's that. And then we're going to make some more of this cable. But oh wow, really? I'm sure we have enough. There we go. All right. So this is going to be the first sort of thing that we connect via cable with our stuff here, which is cool. You know, we're getting places here. Let's grab the cable. Let's just run it along the bottom here. Whoops. You know, really we should just go along this because eventually we're going to want to connect all these. So, yeah, let's go like this. We're coming to here, so we basically want to export. Where's my exporter? There it is. We want to export into here. Let's grab a piece of wood so that we can do that. What is your issue? Oh, you're stuffed because you can't go anywhere. Understood. Alright. So let's open this up. Let's put the spruce wood in there. Okay. So that's, you know, ignore redstone signal, give it spruce wood. That's great. Okay. Then we just need to connect this to the rest of the system. So there's that. We're going to come out here. We're going to come along this part because that's where the machines were sitting, if you recall. And we're just going to kind of follow that line. We'll not worry about the lighting there. And there. Okay, so now we should be able to export wood in through here. Okay. So let's see if that's working. Oops. Really? The wrong thing. Okay. Item duct. Oh, come on. Oh, this will work too. All right. There we go. And sure enough, we're getting wood in. Perfect. All right. And remember, we don't need to be able to supply wood to this really fast because it doesn't use it up that fast, right? At the stuff we're doing right now, we're using about what is it? 2.2 millibuckets every few seconds. So I mean, this thing is really going through 1.6 carbon per tick. These each produce 1600, which means it would use one every 5 seconds, and then when it needs a little bit more syngas, it uses a little extra. So definitely don't need to speed up the wood supply by much. I might throw a speed upgrade in there just, you know, in case, but I don't think we need to. Why not? I think we have an extra one. Sure, we'll throw a speed upgrade in there, just cause we can. Whoops. That's the one I want. Speed upgrade. Perfect. Okay. So now this can be moved, right? This whole system can be moved. We're gonna grab that. It's gonna have some extra wood in it. That's okay. Spruce wood. Item duct. Okay, so we're still gonna need to get the wood from here, the ores from here, and the drops from here. I'm not going to move this yet, mostly because I don't have a way to process the ores set up yet. As soon as I do, I'll go ahead and move it, which means I really should go and turn that back on. But I'll get to that here in a second. But what I'm going to do, and I won't have everybody, we'll cut to this. I'm going to move all these over to the wall over there. I'm going to move these two over to the wall over there, and I'm going to move the ender chests over there and put some importers in, so that we start pulling in the resources there. And I'll be right back after I'm done with that. All right, we are back. I'm going to wrap this up because this episode's going pretty long, but I did want to sort of show one more thing. So I didn't move this one because I still want it to trash the items that it was trashing. So I'm just going to import off of this medium chest here. Now, notice how much stuff is in here, right? Oh, we don't have iron swords getting trashed. We want the iron swords to get trashed. Okay. Anything else in here that could get trashed? Doesn't look like it. All right. So we want this to import into here, right? Or from this thing. Now when I connect this, I'm going to open up that, and show you how fast this happens. 1 item a second. Believe me, I'm going to get more than 1 item a second through this system. So there's a way to speed this up, and that is with speed and stack upgrades. So let's, whoops, I don't want crafting update. I want those upgrades. Let's grab that, and what we want are speed upgrades. So if I put in a speed upgrade here, wow, I am just running through quartz enriched iron like it's going out of style. Okay. I'm actually going to grab 4 of these really quickly because I want to sort of show you what the difference is. Whoops. So we saw that 1 item per second, right? Whoops. There we go. Let's stick a speed upgrade in there and see how fast we go. And now it looks like it's 2 items per second. Let's stick all 4 of these in here. That's pretty quick. Maybe about 10-ish items per second. Maybe closer to 16. Okay. Now let's put a stack upgrade in there. So stack upgrade just takes 4 speed upgrades, which luckily is exactly what we had. Stick a stack upgrade in there, and now it's a stack per second. That's much better, and that will actually get us where we need to be. Now, we might, for this particular one, we might want to put the 3 speed upgrades in there as well, because we're going to get different types of items in very quickly. But this should still work pretty well. Also, we should have a whole lot more gold over here now. Oh, for some reason, it didn't go in here. Huh. Well, I'm going to show how to force it here in a second. All right, so we've got all this stuff in here. We're not getting any items automatically right now, so let's go ahead and... are we pushing stuff out? We should be. Yep, good. Okay, so let's force everything into the storage drawers. The way to do that is to basically take out your disks, and what we're going to do is we're going to tell the disk manipulator here to insert into the network from these 2 disks. Now, the only things in the network right now are in storage drawers because I've taken out the disks that had any items on them, right? So I'm going to put these in, and I'm going to stick the 2 disks in here. Now it's going to empty these disks into these 2. But what's interesting is it's only going to empty the stuff that doesn't go into drawers, right? The stuff that does go into drawers, it's going to put in here. So we should see things like gold go up drastically because we have all those gold nuggets. Where's my gold nuggets? No, still hasn't gone in yet. Okay. That's fine. I expect the gold nuggets are on this disk anyway. But other things we should see. So stuff like coal, right? Now we got more coal in there. All that redstone went in. Diamonds. We got a bunch of Certus quartz, a bunch of nether quartz. And we got all of our stuff. Now, the drawers that have void upgrades on them, when when stuff comes in that's in excess, they will put it there Oh, I didn't think about that. I need to lock those drawers. Oops. So we're going to pull those out. Actually, we're going to wait until this is done. Okay. So let's give it a second. Now I did put the stack and speed upgrades in here, so this should go pretty quickly. But I definitely, you saw the redstone and stuff like that. I do want to show the vastly increased gold. Oh yeah, there we go. We have a lot of gold now because all of those gold nuggets that we're getting from our mob spawner are now being stored in the compacting drawer there, and we can extract it as regular gold ingots, which is really nice. All right, so that one's already out, and that one's done. Okay, so let's see how much we've used now. Now, before we did this, we had 2 disks. One was completely full and one was half full. So we were at about 24K storage-ish. Now we're at 15.8K storage with 1 disk more or less full and the rest empty, right? So we exported a lot of our storage over here to the storage drawers, which is awesome. All right, folks, I'll lock those. I'll go ahead and lock that one. Actually, easiest way to do this is just there, locked. Okay. Now, all right, so that's a storage drawer system. Between episodes, I'm going to kind of clean this up. I'm going to go ahead and set up. Oh, by the way, I did put the wood chest over here. I'm going to add a stack upgrade to that because if I don't, it will certainly get wood faster than it will. Oops, wrong one. It'll get wood faster than it'll be able to extract from it, and that means it'll just pile up. So let's not do that. We're still okay here, but I am going to put a fluid trash can over here just so that we can void the rest of it. All right, folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.